Ryan here. Are you staying warm out there? Nobody prepared for this wintry storm that has been sweeping the nation. I know I sure didn't. It really caught me by surprise. I should have stayed on vacation. All right, things we're going to discuss. What people can do if they are currently in the storm. How people can prepare if the storm hasn't hit yet. National resources, additional value added information, and of course, how this all impacts your wallet. So, Clara, what do you think? Hey, looks like you're right in the midst of the storm. Where are you?
Hi, Ryan. Welcome back from vacation. As you can see, I am not home, but I am. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say trapped, but I am snowed in. I have a secondary home in the mountain. I thought I told you that. But anyway, I have not panicked so far. I like to think me and my family have things under control and will survive through this storm. That's why I wanted to come on today to share some helpful details with people who may need the tips. So, yeah. By the way, Ryan, you missed one minor detail.
No, as much as we talk, you never once mentioned you had a property in the mountains. By the way, what detail did I miss?
We'll come back to that. So, penny pinchers, as you can see from this image and of course from where I'm sitting, it's been chaos out in some places. Let's roll the footage.
Headed into town. So this is what we're looking at.
Look at that. It's like a skating rink. That's insane.
I had to go out. I went off the edge. This guy got hit. Yeah, you got about 100. You got about 100 cars.
All right.
Insane footage, right? I just want to take a moment to speak directly to those of you who are going through this winter storm right now. If you're watching from your home, from your car, or sitting in the dark without power, I want you to know this first. You are not alone. People care about you. People are thinking about you. This is a scary and exhausting situation, and it's okay to admit that. If you're in the middle of the storm, the most important thing right now is simply to stay safe and take care of yourself. Make sure you stay until the end of this because I will be sharing some detailed tips, tricks, and hacks, including a prep list. Okay, now if you are in the storm, here are some things you can do right now. If you've lost power, try to stay in one room to keep warm, layer up your clothing, and use blankets to hold on to heat. If you have battery packs or a phone, try to conserve energy by decreasing screen brightness and closing apps you're not using. Now, I know all that is pretty simple for most people, but I will be getting into more helpful tips as we go. If you're unable to leave your home, do your best to stretch your food and water and avoid opening the fridge or freezer more than necessary so food stays cold longer. If you're using candles, please be extremely careful and never leave them unattended. And if you're using any kind of heater, make sure there's ventilation and keep anything flammable far away. Your safety matters more than anything. If you're using a generator, please remember it should only be used outside and far away from doors and windows. Carbon monoxide is dangerous and invisible, and we want everyone to stay protected. Okay, this part of the message is for those of you who are not currently in the storm but may be in its path. If you still have time to prepare, even a little bit, that time can make a huge difference later. Preparation doesn't have to be expensive or overwhelming, and it doesn't mean panic buying. It means being thoughtful and strategic. Since not everyone has limitless options or resources, let's start by discussing where to shop. The majority of your needs can be met by stores like Walmart, Dollar Tree, Aldi, and even Costco. You don't have to buy everything in one location. Now, rather than reiterating the obvious things that everyone is already aware of, I would like to share some lesser-known products and tips that are really helpful during a storm. One of the most overlooked things is light that doesn't rely on open flames. Instead of candles, look for battery-powered LED lights, puck lights, or even cheap stick-on closet lights. These are often in the hardware or home section and cost just a few dollars. Here is an example of an LED light that you can purchase. As you can see, these can be placed anywhere in the home. Here is a set of puck lights from Walmart. It's not bad for the price, right? These are completely wireless and battery-powered. This is a full 6-piece set for the price. If you have intentions on purchasing other items and your budget is a little tighter, here is another option of puck lights. Much cheaper but does the exact same job. You can buy a single or get it in pairs. Now, if you're still into buying a full set but still want a cheaper price, you may try these. This is just to show you that Walmart have several options you can choose from, and you will be able to find some in your price range. Remember those round lights that you can put in your closet and push to turn on? Well, they are very handy during times like this. Now, I am just using Walmart for an example. However, you can purchase these type of lights in many other type of stores in your town. Now, these are often in the hardware or home section and cost just a few dollars. They're safer, last longer, and don't increase fire risk. If you buy one, put it in the bathroom or hallway, places people forget until the power goes out. Another underrated item is insulated storage. Here is an example from Walmart. Again, I mention I am using Walmart as an example in this because everything we're talking about can be purchased from that one store, but of course these items can be purchased elsewhere also. Here is another insulated storage that is cheaper for those that are penny pinching on an even tighter budget. If you don't have a cooler, a cheap foam cooler or insulated grocery bag can keep food cold longer if the power goes out. You can also freeze water bottles now and later use them as ice packs, then drink them once they melt. This saves food and water. Here's something many people don't think about: charging options that don't rely on the wall. Power banks are great, but even better are ones with built-in flashlights or solar panels. If you can't afford those, car chargers are incredibly useful. Your car can become a temporary power source if conditions are safe. Now let's talk about heat retention, because staying warm is often harder than people expect. Instead of buying expensive heaters, focus on trapping heat. Pick up plastic shower curtains or painter's plastic drop cloths. They're cheap and can be used to block off doorways or windows to keep warmth in one room. Even heavy trash bags can help in a pinch. Pair that with extra socks, hats, and scarves. Head and feet warmth matters more than people realize. Food-wise, think beyond canned soup. Look for foods that don't require cooking but still feel like meals. Things like tortillas with peanut butter, shelf-stable protein shakes, tuna or chicken packets that don't need a can opener, instant oatmeal that can be made with room temperature water if necessary, and snack-style foods that keep energy up. Eating something familiar and filling helps emotionally as well as physically. Here's a big one people often miss: manual tools. A manual can opener is essential. Here is a budget-friendly can opener that you can purchase. If you are looking for something that is a bit more durable, then you may check out can openers around this price instead. Another essential tool is a small hand broom and dustpan. Storms track in salt, ice, and debris, and being able to clean safely without power reduces slips and stress. If you're on a tight budget, here's the truth: you don't need to do everything. Pick 3 categories. This can be light, heat retention, and food and power. Cover those first, and you're already far ahead. And lastly, preparation isn't just physical, it's mental. Talk with the people you live with about a simple plan. Decide which room you'd stay in if power goes out. Decide how you'd communicate if phones die. Even a basic plan reduces fear. If the storm doesn't end up hitting you, that's okay. None of this goes to waste. These are things you can reuse, store, or slowly build on over time. I am going to turn it back over to Ryan, so he can go over some national resources and additional information. All right, Ryan, you ready?
Absolutely. I was born ready for this. All right, so I want to take a few minutes to share some national and local resources that can help during a winter storm. Especially resources many people don't realize they qualify for or don't know how to access. First, no matter what state you're in, one of the most important and underused resources is 211. You can dial 211 from your phone or go online, and it connects you to local help in real time. This can include warming centers, emergency shelters, food assistance, transportation options, utility help, and even hotel vouchers in some cases. It's free, confidential, and available nationwide. Another national organization helping across the country is American Red Cross. Many people think the Red Cross only shows up after disasters, but during winter storms, they often provide emergency shelters, warming locations, meals, and disaster relief assistance. You can check their website or social media pages for updates specific to your area. If a storm is severe or long-lasting, FEMA may activate disaster assistance. Even if you think you won't qualify, it's worth checking. FEMA assistance can include temporary housing help, emergency funds, and recovery resources. This applies nationwide once a disaster is declared. Another organization people often overlook is Salvation Army. During winter emergencies, they may provide warming centers, meals, blankets, emergency shelter, and sometimes even utility or hotel assistance depending on availability. Now, let's talk about local resources people don't always think to check. Public libraries are a big one. Many libraries serve as warming centers during the day, offering heat, restrooms, device charging, internet access, and a safe place to sit, even if power is out at home. You don't always need a library card to enter during emergencies. Another overlooked option is community centers, recreation centers, and senior centers. These are often designated as warming locations, especially for older adults or families, but many are open to the general public during storms. Faith-based organizations, including churches, mosques, synagogues, and temples, frequently open their doors during winter emergencies. Even if you're not a member, many provide warmth, food, charging stations, or temporary shelter without requiring documentation. Local utility companies can also be a resource. Many people don't realize that during extreme cold, utilities may have emergency protections, payment pauses, or priority restoration programs for medically vulnerable households. It's worth checking your utility provider's website or calling their emergency line. For food assistance, some states activate emergency SNAP or disaster food programs, sometimes called DSNAP. These programs can temporarily expand eligibility during declared emergencies, even for people who don't normally qualify. Now, here are some survival tips people don't often hear, but really matter. Cold drains phone batteries faster, so keep your phone warm, even inside a pocket or wrapped in cloth. If you lose power, choose one room to stay in and block off the rest of your home to conserve heat. Screenshots are your friend. Save emergency contacts, shelter addresses, and resource info offline before power or internet goes out. If you're using your car to charge devices, always do so outdoors and never in a garage or enclosed space. If you have pets, remember that many shelters and warming centers have pet-friendly options. Ask specifically because it's not always advertised. And if you're unsure where to start or feel overwhelmed, remember this: asking for help is not failure. These resources exist because storms are hard, unpredictable, and dangerous, and no one is meant to handle them alone. Now here is a pre-storm quick checklist that you can use as a guide for prep. Also, don't forget extra batteries AA and AAA. Always underestimate it. Also look into glow sticks and flashlights as well. Another hack: download information ahead of time. Save emergency numbers, local shelter locations, and weather updates on your phone so you can access them without internet. Take screenshots. They don't require a signal to view. For those with kids, pets, or medical needs, prep a single grab bag. Not a full emergency kit, just one bag with essentials like wipes, medications, pet food portions, chargers, and comfort items. When things go sideways, having one place to grab from helps reduce panic. Preparing isn't about fear, it's about care. Care for yourself, your family, and your peace of mind. If you have the ability, check on neighbors and share information. Preparation becomes stronger when communities look out for each other. I hope this helps. Now, Clara, are you going to get to that detail that I missed?
Of course I am. First, let's get into the ways the storm will affect our wallets. The ways we may not be aware about. So, the most obvious reason is things that we may have to purchase, right? We all know that. There are also some people who are losing money due to not being able to work during this time as well. Many people don't get paid if they can't work due to weather closures, especially hourly workers, contractors, gig workers, and self-employed individuals. That loss can ripple into late fees, overdraft charges, and missed payments. A lot of people assume that if a storm causes damage, insurance or disaster assistance will just cover it. But the reality is much more complicated. Let's start with insurance deductibles. Many homeowners and renters don't realize that their deductible still applies during a winter storm, sometimes thousands of dollars, even if the damage wasn't their fault. And in some cases, certain types of winter damage, like frozen pipes, ice dams, or gradual water leaks, may be partially covered or not covered at all depending on how the policy is written. For renters, it can be even trickier. Renters insurance usually doesn't cover damage to the building itself, and it often won't cover loss of power, spoiled food, or hotel stays unless you have very specific add-ons. Many people don't find that out until after they've already spent the money. Another hidden cost is temporary housing. If your home becomes unlivable due to no heat or water, hotels add up fast, and not everyone qualifies for reimbursement. Some insurance policies only cover housing if there is visible physical damage, not just a lack of utilities. Then there's disaster assistance. A lot of people assume federal aid will step in, but not everyone qualifies. Some storms don't receive a federal disaster declaration at all, and even when assistance is available, many people are denied because they fall just outside income limits, paperwork requirements, or eligibility criteria. That leaves people stuck paying out of pocket. SBA disaster loans are another area that's misunderstood. These are loans, not grants, and they require credit checks and repayment. If you don't qualify due to credit, income, or existing debt, there may be no backup option. And even if you do qualify, taking on new debt during an emergency can strain finances long after the storm passes. Utility costs are another silent hit. When temperatures drop, heating bills can spike dramatically, especially for people using electric heat, space heaters, or older systems. Even households that budget carefully can see unexpected bills weeks later, after the storm is already over. Transportation costs can rise too. Road damage, accidents, towing, emergency repairs, and even higher fuel usage during idling all add up. If your car is damaged by ice, falling branches, or accidents caused by road conditions, insurance deductibles apply there as well. Food loss is another expense many people overlook. Spoiled groceries from power outages are not always reimbursed. Replacing food can cost hundreds of dollars, especially for families. The hardest part is that many of these costs don't hit all at once. They show up weeks later on credit card statements, utility bills, insurance paperwork, and bank accounts when people are already exhausted. This is why preparing financially matters just as much as preparing physically. Even small steps, like documenting damage immediately, saving receipts, taking photos, and understanding what assistance is actually available, can help reduce long-term financial strain. Winter storms don't just disrupt daily life. They can quietly set people back financially for months. And if you're struggling after one, it doesn't mean you failed. It means the system is complicated, and not everyone gets the help they assume exists. For those who are safe and able, please consider checking on the people around you. A simple text message, a phone call, or a knock on the door can mean everything to someone who is alone, elderly, struggling, or caring for children. Community matters most in moments like this. And to anyone who is struggling right now, physically, emotionally, mentally, it's okay to say this is hard. Storms like this can make you feel scared, isolated, and overwhelmed. Those feelings are real, and they're valid. You deserve patience. You deserve kindness. You deserve support. If you're facing a medical emergency or your situation becomes unsafe, please reach out to emergency services when you're able. Many communities also have warming centers and shelters, and local officials are sharing updates regularly. Stay connected to trusted sources when you can. Above all, please take things one moment at a time. Be gentle with yourself. Look out for each other when possible. And remember, we will get through this together. Please share this video with someone it may help. Okay, let's get into that detail Ryan missed in the beginning. Jen, we are turning it over to Jen now to go over 5 work-from-home positions in finance.
Oh, we're getting into the 5 remote in finance. The first one is the junior accounts receivable accountant. This is at Placemaker, is full-time. And it does go into a little bit about them and who they are. So your job is to help the finance and accounting team gain control over cash management and invoicing and collections of revenue to ensure reporting produced by the finance and accounting team is accurate and timely. Accuracy will be measured by the company's ability to complete a financial audit, and timeliness will be measured by the finance and accounting team producing financial and cash management reports and analytics by the 15th of each month. The ideal candidate will be responsible for supporting daily accounting operations, managing payment applications, and ensuring accuracy across accounts receivable processes. This role requires close collaboration with the sales and legal teams to maintain timely collections and accurate financial records. What you'll do is manage payment applications and resolve open accounts receivable or AR balances related to IPO and company credit card accounts. Collaborate with the sales team to monitor AR activity, identify issues, and communicate any concerns regarding IPO or company credit card customers. Coordinate with the legal team to prepare and issue collection notices as needed, oversee and update the IPO company credit card tracker daily, compare open reservations in Power BI reports to the IPO company credit card tracker to ensure data consistency. Generate and distribute invoices for IPO company credit card stays as required. Post journal entries daily accurately and in a timely manner. Assist with new vendor setup processes to ensure all necessary customer information is complete and accurate. Run daily bank activities daily. Perform additional accounting and administrative duties as assigned. What it takes, you have a bachelor's degree with a concentration in accounting or finance, 2 to 4 years of accounting experience or internship experience preferred. In lieu of the above requirements, you have 5 years of full cycle accounts receivable experience in the hospitality or property management industry. Strong knowledge of Excel and advanced functions, pivot tables, VLOOKUPs required. Experience with Power BI, highly desirable. You have an unwavering attention to detail and are highly organized. You are a consummate professional with superb communication skills. You have a thirst for knowledge and enjoy working in a fast-paced environment. The benefits and perks: competitive pay and generous stock options, medical, vision, and dental insurance with options for flexible spending accounts, generous paid time off program, paid parental leave, paid life insurance, 401k plus 4% employer matching program, monthly cell phone reimbursement, health and wellness stipend, and a generous onboarding stipend for remote employees, plus discounts to stay at select placemaker properties all over the U.S. Great people are at the key to our success, from corporate team members to our property teams and leaders, where we're looking for collaborative driven individuals to join us as we continue to expand our presence across the U.S. Most importantly, we create positive community norms that shape our community culture and inform how we do business. We own it, we make it better, we treat people right. Applicants must be legally authorized to work in the U.S. or United States and meet our age requirements of 18 years or older in order to be considered for employment with Placemaker. If you don't meet 100% of the above qualifications, we still encourage you to apply, which means that they will still consider you. So their website is placemaker.com, which is spelled a little different, Placemakr. Okay. Now, this is their about section here. You can go here to learn who they are. So we'll click there and you can learn more about their company. All of the details and information that you need before applying for the role. Next, we're looking at accounting and payroll operations specialist. This is full-time as well. They are seeking an experienced accounting and payroll operations specialist to serve as the financial operations backbone of a growing multi-entity organization. This role owns accounting execution payroll, commission reporting, and investor payments with a strong emphasis on accuracy, timeliness, and documentation. This role reports directly to the fractional CFO and works closely with the operations and leadership to ensure financial clarity and confidence. The core responsibilities here, this is in accounting and finance operations. You'll manage daily transaction coding and reconciliation in QuickBooks online across multiple entities. Owns the monthly close process, including journal entries, reconciliations, and intercompany activity. Prepare monthly financial statements and supporting schedules. Maintain clean audit ready books. Payroll and compliance. You'll run payroll across multiple entities with accuracy and consistency, maintain payroll setup, updates, and compliance documentation, manage W-9 collection and 1099 NEC preparation, serve as a point of contact for payroll related questions, commissions and investors payments, collect and validate life insurance commission data from multiple carriers, prepare accurate commission and affiliate payment reports, process debt refund investor payments accurately and on time, maintain documentation and audit trails for all payments, process ownership. Document, maintain, and improve SOPs across accounting, payroll, commissions, and investor payments. Reduce leadership involvement through clean systems and proactive execution. What success looks like. Payroll runs accurately and consistently. Commission reporting is clean, trusted, and timely. SOPs are documented, improved, and followed. Leadership is no longer involved in day-to-day financial operations. Required experience. Experience supporting 3 to 5 plus entities, 3 to 5 plus years accounting and or payroll experience. Strong QuickBook online proficiency, strong Excel skills, high attention to detail, and ownership mindset. So to apply, you must 1, complete the culture index, 2, submit your resume. Applicants who do not complete both of these will not be considered. So this is their homepage, right? And it is called wealthwithoutwallstreet.com. To get to their about page is simply here, about us. Once you click about us, you come here, you learn about who they are. You can view their team's bio to learn more about them in more detail before applying. Next position is with Thread HCM. Now I want to read a little bit about the life working with Thread. So for your health and well-being, you are paid 100% of employee medical, dental, and vision. Incredible maternity policy, free mental health services, free second opinions, free teledoc, access to dermatologists. Now for workplace goodness, they have monthly company-wide culture team building events, quarterly company-wide gatherings for strategic planning, team building, and fun, book club, lunch and learns, holiday parties, family picnics, volunteering, President's Club trips. For the things you should expect, 4% 401k matching plus eligible for 401k and match at your first day of hire. Hybrid environment, work from home most days with quarterly in-person events. PTO 1 to 4 years if you have 20 days, and on your 5th anniversary, you get another week for 25 total days. T15 sabbatical program, employer paid life and AD&D insurances, Healthiest You, HSA and FSA, employee development programs for professional and personal growth, career development, industry certifications for payroll and HR, no cap on commissions. They do have direct contact information if you have more questions about anything that I just read. So, getting into this role, it's $21.63 to $28.84 per hour. It is full time. So this will be the managed payroll specialist position, which you will provide payroll processing, technical support, training, and customer service for one or multiple clients of various sizes and or industries. The specialist is the front of line for both customer retention and satisfaction, and a key driver for our company, NPS. A specialist ensures that all payrolls for their assigned client are 100% accurate, users are appropriately trained, and requests for assistance, questions, and fixes are answered in a timely manner. The specialist provides analysis and testing for potential solutions to customer inquiries and always does so with an attitude of gratitude and the customer in mind. When faced with a complex problem, the specialist emphasizes with the client, takes full responsibility to resolve the issue, asks for help when needed, and understands the urgency and criticality of each situation, thus forming a trusted relationship with their customers and colleagues. The specialist exhibits the core value of deliver wow, goes the extra mile to resolve a problem, and takes every opportunity to learn and expand their knowledge, their technical knowledge, to better proactively serve clients. So top 5 responsibilities. 1, process payroll for multiple clients. You will manage timelines, send reminders, perform maintenance, status changes, leaves, PTO, court order deductions, close time, share pre-payroll reports for approval, process and share post-payroll reports, manual checks, and off-cycle runs as needed, wage statements, verifications of employment. 2, payroll process improvement, proactively evaluate current client and thread internal processes to ensure effectiveness and accuracy, document current process, continue education on payroll knowledge, laws, and system abilities, administer ticketing system effectively. 3, client training, coordinate with thread trainers to provide iSolve training for clients. 4, time benefits and tax, coordinate with time benefits and tax SMEs to build effective processes that meet client goals and deadlines. 5, client retention, meet payroll compliance and client expectations, respond to tickets timely under 90 minutes, and pick up the phone when appropriate. Maintain a minimum NPS score of 70 or greater. The specialist tries to form a productive partnership with each client, following up on all problems and inquiries to ensure full resolution to achieve a controlled client retention of 98%. Requirement. Specific Pacific Standard Time, Mountain Time working hours. So you need to be able to work during those hours. High school diploma or equivalent required, strong attention to detail, and highly organized. 2-year previous payroll experience, preferably on iSolve. Direct client support experience with multiple clients. Ability to adapt to a fast-paced, continually changing business and work environment while managing multiple priorities. Thread HCM is an equal opportunity employer, so keep that in mind. And this is where you would apply. Now, this company actually has another position that I wanted to go over with you guys. Where are we? HCM account manager remote. So the account manager provides between 50 to 100 thread customers a single point of contact for payroll, HR, and time for our iSolve platform. This includes but not limited to troubleshooting, technical support, training, and customer service for our customers utilizing all aspects of iSolve. The account manager is the front line for both customer retention and satisfaction and a key driver for our company NPS. The account managers owns each client and takes great pride and responsibility to ensure that payrolls are processed accurately, users are appropriately trained, and requests for assistance, questions, and fixes are answered in a timely manner. You must have payroll processing experiences. This is full-time. It's $28.85 to $33.65 per hour. Top 5 responsibilities. 1 is support. So the account manager strives to respond to customer calls and tickets within 90 minutes and achieve same call resolution. Current goal is 90 minutes as we streamline operational support. Email tickets should be responded to as quickly as possible, with the majority resolved within 24 hours. Email responses are clear, memorable, and have actionable instructions, including screenshots, and are 100% accurate in terms of technical knowledge. The account manager also provides background support to team members, clients of their main if their main contact is unavailable. Two is client training. Be the SME for iSolve training and perform all training for new clients and actively train existing clients and internal staff to improve adoption and alignment into the iSolve platform. Three, client engagement. Proactively reach out to clients to assist with additional training to improve adoption, ensure resolution, proactive monitoring, and various elements to help us deliver wow to our clients. For client retention, maintains a minimum NPS score 70 or greater and understands the impact of service quality on customer satisfaction. The specialist strives to form a productive partnership with each client, following up on all problems and inquiries to ensure full resolution to achieve a controlled client retention of 98%. 5. Payroll process improvement. Proactively evaluates current client and thread internal processes to ensure effectiveness and accuracy, continued education on payroll knowledge and system abilities. Job requirements. PST/MST working hours preferred, so you must be able to work within those time zones. Bachelor's degree preferred, certified payroll professional preferred, 3+ years of customer facing role and a passion for helping others and providing award winning support every day. Advanced knowledge of Microsoft Excel, professional communication through phone, email, and in person. Listening and providing empathy is crucial. Interest in gaining knowledge on payroll, tax, and human resources and benefit related topics. Traits required to succeed in this role is detail oriented, organized, self-motivated, project deadline driven, previous HR industry or HR and benefits technology experience A+, strong team player who thrives in a collaborative environment, strong problem solver with analytical aptitude, ability to adapt to a fast-paced, continually changing business and work environment while managing multiple priorities, demonstrated ability to resolve issues and maintain strong client relationship skills, focus on finding a solution because there is always a way to get it done. And this is where you would apply for that role. Now, to know more about this company, their about section is right here. You can find out their story, their culture, team, associations, and more. So you would just click on each one to get there to know more about how they started, where they are, and where they're headed. Now, the last position here, is a billing payroll specialist. This is what CNC Carahan's. The billing payroll position is responsible for managing and processing all billing and payroll functions within a company. This role involves preparing invoices, tracking payments, reconciling accounts, and ensuring accurate and timely payroll processing for employees. The billing payroll specialist will work closely with various departments to ensure all financial transactions are properly recorded and reported. Requirements is 1, strong attention to detail and accuracy. 2, proficiency in accounting software in Microsoft Excel. 3, knowledge of payroll processing and regulations. 4, excellent organizational and time management skills. 5, strong communication and interpersonal abilities. 6, ability to work under pressure and meet deadlines. Now, this one is part-time. All you need is a high school education, 1 year of experience. Annual salary due to part-time is from $2,500 to $3,000. Now, this is their website, caringhands.life. This is where you would come to learn more about the company. This is their About Us page. We are here to help. And they also have their client reviews on here. But anyway, that is it for the 5 remote finance positions. We'll see you guys in the next one.